Hello children, welcome back to your English class. Children, let us now begin the story of Avni and the pea plant. Who is Avni? Avni is a little girl who lives with her family in a small house. Okay, and children, as we know that Mama's favorite room in the house is kitchen. And Avni's mama's favorite room was also the kitchen. And especially when it is a Sunday, then the whole day there are demands from the whole family for mama. Today I want to eat idli, today I want to eat sandwich, I want to eat this and I want to eat that. And poor mama, she is busy in the kitchen the whole day, cooking different kind of dishes for everybody in the family. Yes? So it was a Sunday morning, and Avani's mama was also busy in the kitchen. She was cooking food for her family. Avani also sat at the kitchen table and she was watching her mother, how she was cooking and how efficiently she was doing the work, running from one place to the other. And see, just look at Avani. She is so happy. Look at her pretty face. She is smiling. Yes, she's smiling because she knows that mummy is cooking something good. And just now, within a short period of time, mummy will serve something good on my plate. Yes, you all also wait for your mothers to serve something good, no? So Avani was sitting at the kitchen table watching her mother doing the cooking. Suddenly, mother called out to Avni, Avni, please can you give me that bowl of peas? It is lying on the table behind you. Avni was very happy to help her mother and she said, Yes, Mama, I will do that. And she got up from her place. Avni got up from her place. She went back, picked up the bowl of peas and walked towards her mother. And look at her face, beaming with excitement. She is happy that mother has asked her to do some work. And she was carrying that big bowl full of peas. And you know, children, the bowl was full till the brim. Full to the brim means ऊपर तक भरा हुआ. It was full to the brim. Her hands were very small and the bowl was slightly big, full of peas. So what happened? One naughty pea rolled down from the bowl. One naughty pea rolled down from the bowl, and Avni did not come to know about it. She did not see the pea rolling down. That pea, you know, children, the shape of the pea, it is, I think, round in shape and it looks like a ball. At times, a tiny little ball. So the pea bounced on the floor. It landed on the table. Again, it bounced on the table. Up, down, plop, 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 and finally fell on the floor and rolled under the table. This is how you play with the ball, children. Yes, you bounce the ball or you dribble the ball, then what happens? The ball goes down and up and down and up. That is bouncing the ball. So the pea also bounced on the table, fell down on the floor, and rolled under the table. And guess what? Who was watching this little pea bouncing? Chicky. Now, who is Chicky? Chicky is Avani's pet kitten. Look at the cute little kitten and look at the eyes of the kitten. Like Avani's eyes are full of mischief, Chicky's eyes are also full of mischief. She was very excited to see the little pea bouncing. And as soon as the pea landed on the floor, Chicky came jumping out and she tried to lick the pea. Licking the pea means chatna, but she did not like the taste. At times, what happens, children? You don't like certain things. You see a new eatable, then mama or papa asks you to taste it. You take little bit and you put it on your tongue. If you like the taste, then you eat. If you don't like the taste, then you just forget that thing. You say, no, I don't like it, I will not eat. But Chicky could not speak. So she did not like the taste of the pea. Then what did she do? She pushed the pea with her paw. 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 Children, like we have hands and legs and we work with them, same way, even animals have hands and legs, but their hands and legs are called paws. Paws, paws. Okay. So Chicky pushed the pea with her paw and the pea went rolling out. Now the pea went rolling out where? It rolled out into the beautiful garden which Avani had outside her house. Look at the picture of the beautiful garden, children. It has lovely trees, plants of different shapes and sizes, flowers, colorful ones, and grass, green grass. So the pea rolled out into the garden. And guess who was sitting there watching the pea rolling out? A little myna. A little myna. Myna is a bird. Myna is a bird. So the myna saw the pea rolling out into the garden. It was very curious to know what exactly it was. So she came closer to the pea and she tried to peck it. Peck it with her beak. Peck means चोंच से उसको काटने की कोशिश करना. That is what pecking means. She pecked at the pea, but for her it was slightly hard. She pecked the second time, but again, because the pea was hard, so what happened? As soon as she pecked it, it again started bouncing, and after bouncing, it rolled and landed near a tomato plant in the garden. Okay, and near the plant, there was an earthworm who was sleeping in its hole. See the picture of the earthworm? Cute little earthworm. He was sleeping in his hole. Now, at times at home, when you are sleeping, and suddenly there is some noise outside at the gate or anywhere, what happens? You wake up and you go to see what happens. But then, if it is of no interest, then you go back to sleep. So, this is what the earthworm also did. He came out of his hole and he saw the pea. He looked at it, but because he thought that this pea is of no use, so he crawled away. Crawled away means, children, we can walk with our legs, but earthworms don't have legs. They crawl on their belly. So it started crawling away. It went away from there, in fact. Okay. Now what happened? As soon as the earthworm moved out from there, the pea rolled into that hole and it got covered with the soil. It got covered with the soil. What is soil? Soil is gili mitti, and soil is required for the plantation of seeds or planting trees. Soil is very important in the plantation of seeds. So the pea, as soon as the earthworm moved out, the pea fell into the hole and it got covered with the soil. And then what happened? After a few days, children, it started raining. Now, what are the three things which are required for a plant to grow? The three things which are required for a plant to grow are sunlight, air, and water. So, sunlight, as it is, the plants were getting, even the pea was getting sunlight. Then air, of course, because it was in the garden, and water. Now, Avni was watering her plants every day, but children, rain is the form of natural water that falls from the sky. And you know what? When it rains, then you go out and see all the plants and trees are green and shining because all the mud gets washed away from the plants. So they start shining very brightly. So when it started raining, children, it rained for many days. And now all the plants were getting ample water. Even the pea inside the soil was getting water. So now what happened? The pea sprouted and a small sapling peeped out from the soil. And gradually the little sapling grew up to be a beautiful pea plant. Now, one day, Avani was playing in her garden and she was so surprised to see a new plant near the tomato plant. As soon as Avani saw the plant, she was so happy but very surprised. Actually, what happens, children, when you see something new and you like that thing, you are very surprised, Heran. Same was the case was Avni. She was very surprised to see the plant, and out of happiness and excitement, she started calling out to her Amma, 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 please come here. Look, I can see a new plant in the garden. Her Amma, on hearing her voice, came running out of the house into the garden. And lo, what happened? She was also equally surprised. She looked at the pea plant and she asked Avni, oh wow, that's a beautiful plant. But did you plant it? Avni said, no, Amma, I did not plant it. Then who planted it? Avni's mother said, even I didn't plant it. But then, how did this pea plant grow? Now, children, this is a mystery. This is a mystery. See, Avani does not know how the pea plant grew. Her Amma did not know how the pea plant grew. But you also know, and I also know how the pea plant grew. Yes, the pea rolled out from the bowl into the garden and got buried in the soil, and this is how the pea plant grew. So Avni and her Amma were very happy because they already had a tomato plant. Now they also had a pea plant. So Avni started taking care of both the plants, watering them every day and nurturing them with care. So children, this is the story of Avni and the pea plant. Children, we need to love and nurture the plants. At times, what happens? That you see beautiful flowers outside or some beautiful leaves, even. You start plucking them. No, children, please don't do that. Plants are very useful for us. They grow up to be big trees, and trees are homes for the birds. Then they give us shelter, they give us food. So we must love and take care of the plants. So children, I hope you enjoyed the story of Avni and the pea plant. Now open your books, your textbooks, and chapter 4, Avni and the pea plant. Quickly read the story and you will understand it better. In this slide, children, I have some difficult words which I have picked out from within the chapter. Now, what you are required to do is that you are going to read these words aloud. Aloud means loudly. And read them at least 3 times each. Each word 3 times. And then after that, open your English notebooks. Write the name of the chapter on top. Write the date and copy all these difficult words in your notebooks. And underneath that or on the next page, please draw a beautiful picture of a pea plant and color it. Okay. But before you do this work, I am going to read out all the words for you so that you don't have any difficulty in reading. So listen to me carefully, children. Avni, Amma, watching, cooker, bowl, dried, kitchen, bounced, rolled, pushed, garden, jumped, landed, tomato, earthworm, crawled, slipped, covered, soil, tail, ground, playing, surprised, wondered, and planted. After the difficult words, it is rhyme time. Children, here I have for you a cute little poem. It's a short poem. I don't think there will be any difficulty for you in learning this poem. I am going to read out the poem for you, and you will be required to learn this poem by heart. Okay, please learn this poem because in the coming week, next week, we are going to listen to this poem in your English class and you will be given 5 marks for this activity. So let me read the poem for you. The little plant. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a tiny plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of raindrops bright. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. So, children, this poem is a very nice little poem which tells you the story of a plant. Please learn this poem so that when we ask you during the online classes to recite it, you should be ready with it. And again, I repeat, you will be given marks for this activity. So children, with this, I come to the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the story and thank you for listening to me very carefully. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy.